Kyo is a short, gloomy, and antisocial high school student who fantasizes about gruesomely murdering his classmates. He has his sights set on one particular girl, Anna. He hopes to one day bask in her agony as a popular girl and model. During lunch, Kyo retreats to the library, encounters Anna stuffing her face with rice balls or jelly donuts depending on your region. Kyo spies on her, and he witnesses her consuming an entire party-sized bag of potato chips and cramming her social studies homework when she realizes Kyo can't stand it when she doesn't have her cutter and tries to tear newspapers in half with her bare hands. So he lends her his cutter, and she thanks him for helping her cut her work time in half. When her friend Chihiro arrives to pick her up, she places the cutter in her pencil case and hands the bag of chips to Kyo. Kyo is left with an empty bag of chips after realizing it still contains chips. She eats it and hands it back to him to throw away. Bag of chips and one cutter pourer. The next day, Kyo discovers his cutter on his table, soft to the touch, implying that Anna held it all morning. The class divides into groups for their presentations, and Kiyomoka, Anna's groupmate, is overheard bringing out a brand new social studies project after claiming that Anna's was a shambles. Kyo was enraged, but Anna took it in stride. However, once they began presenting, Anna's eyes became lifeless. When it is Kyo's turn to speak, he notices Anna on the verge of tears, and a helicopter flies overhead, causing the tears to fall. Kyo slices his project and in the general direction of Anna, hoping to distract the class. The class looks blankly at Kyo during the group's presentation, but Anna is already done with the presentation and is too distracted to notice. Later, while discussing the helicopter, Kyo overhears his classmates having naughty fantasies involving Anna and Chihiro. Kenta reveals that he prefers girls BBW with a little more meat, such as Hera Kyo, who visits the library, who explains that someone requested Hera's presence here. Hera is self-conscious about her weight, especially since Anna claims she eats as much as she wants when Kenta arrives to meet with Hera, but Anna is unable to read a room. Kenta reveals that he likes big girls, more pushing for the cushion, and chunky girls. Anna realizes too late that she is invading. Kyo makes an unintentional sound and then follows Anna's instructions to act like a cat. Anna joins him and pretends to be a second cat. Kenta and Hera bond over their mutual love of cats and have a great time together. Anna gives Kyo a thumbs up and departs later that afternoon. Kyo goes to the bookstore after remembering Anna saying she was in the latest fashion magazine this month, not wanting to attract attention. When he returns dressed in the most emo clothes possible, he discovers that Anna is also in there. They are attempting to attract the attention of a pair of high school students, but her aggressive demeanor drives them away. When a staff member approaches, Anna shamelessly places her magazine on another pile and pulls out a pen for autographs. Kyo feels sorry for Anna as she leaves after fixing the magazine display. So he buys her magazine and later flips through the pages, scanning her various photographs, but he is only reminded of her. The next day, he sees Anna talking to a guy named Haria, whom he assumes to be her boyfriend, walks a few paces behind them, and it is clear that Haria is simply hitting on Anna, who is not interested. He can't seem to take a hint from her, and she claims she doesn't have an Instagram or social media. When Haria refers to Anna as funny, Kyo gets a sick feeling in his stomach, but Haria is persistent in adding Anne online, and he does not take no for an answer. He prevents Anna from walking away, and she does not walk away. Anna is coerced into pulling out her phone. Chihiro is closing in on them. Kyo sends his bike flying. As a crowd gathers, Chihiro tells Anna what Kyo did while blazing downhill past Anna and Haria and falling into the river. When Anna asks him why he did that, he says he pressed the gas instead of the brakes, and Anna is speechless. But she laughs and says that Kyo is pretty funny himself. The library is Kyo's sanctuary, but Anna, the girl he loves wants to kill, the most frequently invades it, and she is currently mixing some do-it-yourself. On this lazy afternoon, Anna runs off to find a water faucet after eating a candy snack and realizing she needs water to mix the candy, spills the water repeatedly, forcing her to return to the faucet and forcing Kyo to wipe the floor. Clean Anna apologizes, claiming she would clean up later, but then returns to trying to get water. So Kyo decides to, with only 3 minutes left in recess, retrieve a glass from the home economics room before it ends, grabs a glass and returns to his princess. But Anna realizes she could just bring the glass herself. Kyo and Anna use the glass to drink water from the faucet after carrying the candy kit with her. Anna hands him her used plastic and returns to class, but Kyo says he doesn't want her to use it. The heat causes Anna and her friends to form a fanning circle, but he lied as naturally as he breathes in class. However, her poor depth perception causes her to repeatedly hit Chihiro. Kyo finds it strange that someone as popular as Anna exists. Anna spends her time alone at the library, and he suspects that she is plotting to murder him there. She's getting sweaty, and there's only one thing on his and Adaki's minds, catching a glimpse of her. Adaki tries to sneak a peek under her clothes, so Kyo distracts him by dropping his pen and creepily playing. Kyo finds it strange that Chihiro, whom he knows, is using his box cutter to give Anna and her friends enough time to leave. Referred to as Anna's boyfriend because of their close relationship is never with her at the library. Later, Kyo lends Anna his fan comments on how nice the fan smells and motions for Kyo to smell it with her. He gets a good whiff of the fan in the process. Yes, another man of culture, she gets a call from Chihiro, so she hides under the table and asks to be covered. Chihiro walks in and asks where Anna is, but Kyo pretends to be unaware. Due to Anna's body heat, he can feel the cucumber rising in his pants. Unfortunately, Anna bumps her head. revealing Chihiro's true location. Chihiro takes a seat and reveals that Anna is only looking out for her. Chihiro is unable to eat snacks due to allergies, so Anna hides when she eats to avoid feeling left out. Finds this side of her adorable, but she thinks it's unfair that Anna has a great figure to boot. Hearing all of these compliments, Anna appears exactly as Chihiro had planned, Kyo still pitching a tent head to the bathroom to fix it. A week later, Kyo's class prepares a haunted house for the cultural festival, and remembering Kyo's good handwriting, assigns him to help Hera to decorate a tombstone display. He agrees, but is distracted by Hera's two massive chest chokers and his disguise. Anna, in a Sariko costume, appears from a well, scaring Kyo, who remarks that it must be him. It's nice to be as slim as Anna, though Kyo quietly observes that we all have different strengths. Brushes and Anna notices that the names on the gravestones bear her surname. Yamada Adaki blames Kyo for writing it, and fearing that Hara will be bullied, he decides to accept responsibility when Hara returns, explaining that she only wrote Yamada and was contacted because it was a common last name. She apologized for the confusion, and Kyo's name has been cleared. When Hara wonders what name they should use, Anna softly apologizes and helps him redo the poster. Instead, Kyo writes his name later. Anna wants to use red paint to simulate blood, so Kyo mixes in some black and she allows him to apply some to her face. Kyo dots her cheek and runs away from an embarrassment. On the day of cultural festival, he witnesses Anna and her friends being hit on by Haruya and his friends. He is suspicious of Haruya because he was the first to start pulling up his bike. Perhaps popular people aren't so bad after all. Kyo was forced to take a different route when two friends blocked his path, and he ended up meeting Anna. Drags Kyo into the 80-year-old exhibit, where she has fun pointing out where her house is when their fingers touch. Kyo jerks his arm back, wondering if they could photograph the map, but Anna misunderstands and takes a selfie with him. Anna's friends entered to admire the map, but Kyo is preoccupied with a photograph of him and Anna. Kyo sketches some designs for his fantasy book about a man who murders everything he touches, including his heroines. A terrible headache sends Kyo to the infirmary, and Anna happens to be in there. She asks why he is at the nurse's office, and he explains that he has a terrible headache, so she digs around her pocket, removing a bunch of candy, and offers him a painkiller, which he happily accepts. Anna returns to class, and Kyo notices that she has left her gym shirt behind, and he just barely stops. When the nurse notices her shirt, she tosses it to Kyo and asks him to return it now that he has no choice. He has no choice but to breathe in Anna's sweaty shirt. Look at that satisfied face. He tries to return Anna's shirt, but she goes back to the infirmary, prioritizing the candy she left behind the next day. Adaki and his friends decide to ask the girls if they ever played with themselves. Kyo wonders what kind of thoughts are running around their tiny little brains if they play with themselves. As he approaches, the girls give him a docking nasty glare, so he instead asks to see their nails. And upon seeing their nails, he claims to the others that they definitely play with themselves, and Adaki hands Kyo a note. Fearing that it might be something bad, he swaps the paper for one of his sketches, and Anna accepts it. Kyo opens the paper and discovers that Adaki only wanted Anna's line number. Adaki doesn't know when to give up, so he approaches the girls with a personality test that reveals their true personalities. They are suspicious of Adaki's intentions, so he summons his friends, who all take turns with touching each other's hands, which is supposed to show whether one is dominant or submissive. Serena discovers Ashida's personality test while Anna is preparing her snacks, and the boys feign ignorance. Kyo enters the library with the personality test still fresh in his mind, hoping to find Anna. She forcibly opens Kyo's hand, only to discover the candy in her pocket. Later on, Kyo was led to believe that Anna prefers to take charge. Later in the gym, when the class is divided into groups of 5 to play basketball, Anna hopes to work off some of her fat before her photo shoot tomorrow, so this is a good opportunity. Kyo is left alone and accidentally hits Kyo with a ball, which he meekly returns. When he notices Anna staring at him, he wonders why his desire to kill Anna and his actions don't match. While she is distracted, a ball strikes her in the face, causing her to bleed. While the coach transports Anna to the hospital, Serena berates the girls for laughing, yet again, and Kyo finds himself doing the wrong thing, and he rushes to Anna's aid at the hospital. The teachers contact Anna's parents, and Kyo hides beneath one of the beds. He overhears Anna crying and apologizing to her mother and realizes she has a photo shoot tomorrow. She throws some of her possessions on the floor, revealing that she kept Kyo's drawing of her inside a protective case. When Kyo sees this, visions of Anna fill his mind, and he realizes how much he likes her. The next day, Anna goes to class as usual, though she quickly grows to the point where people keep asking her what happened to her. Chihiro writes that she was hit with a basketball on the bandage to remedy this problem, but Anna breaks down in tears, admitting that her mother and manager were disappointed that she missed the photo shoot despite the fact that these things do happen. Kyo sympathizes with her after noticing that she has run out of pocket tissues, despite the fact that he still has plenty. To avoid suspicion, he decides to leave her a pack in the library. His scribbles are free to use and leave. He stands in the shadows, watching as she uses it to clean her oily fingers after eating chips, their intended purpose, but he is relieved to see her smiling again. Kyo tries to justify his crush on Anna, and he resolves not to go down that hole, reasoning that love, as it so often does, ends up ruining lives. During lunch, Kyo notices her sneaking a carton of milk, and initially believes she intends to feed a stray dog or cat, but later in the library, he realizes she was only planning on making Peruk a strawberry smoothie. When he notices that she is insane enough to try a naked without a bowl, he begs her to get one from the kitchen. The two go to the home home economics room together, but the door is locked, so they go to the chemistry lab instead. They are cautious not to disturb a teacher in the adjacent room by using beakers. Kyo pours in the mixture and Anna stirs it. Anna allows Kyo to taste it with one of his fingers while she drinks the rest, and she's startled and chokes on the purish. Kyo admits that it is Perouge. Later, Ren, the girl who accidentally hit Anna with a basketball, tries and fails to apologize, causing a distracted Anna to drop her clothes. Outside, Serena presses Ren to apologize sooner, but the two disagree and end up arguing, and Kyo knows better than to get involved in a catfight later on. Kyo notices Rin trying to find the right words. It's time to talk to Anna, but she starts talking to Kyo and invites him to take a scary face swap selfie. Knowing the gravity of the situation with Rin, he declines her offer and flees as he walks out the door. Serena grabs him at the door. Anna waves to Rin, and the two sit next to each other after that. Taking a selfie together, Anna remarks that it would have been nice if her nose hadn't been injured due to guilt. Rin apologizes to Anna for hitting her with the ball, but Anna had no idea it was her who threw it in the first place. She tries to offer Ren some snacks to cheer her up, but she drops dozens of empty King the wrappers on the floor. The girls reconcile on the ground, which Ren and Serena assist in picking up, and later, Rin and Serena apologize to each other. And they even thanked Kyo on the way home. Kyo sees Anna admires his new bike as she exits a convenience store and jokingly asks for a ride, which Kyo offers her one. She climbs onto the back and hands him 10 of her papico, which corresponds to her gluttonous side. When she arrives at Maraka's snack shop and discovers that he is a member of the Data Processing Club, she announces her intention to leave the club. She hasn't been a member of the basketball club since she was barred from playing, and hasn't been to many practices anyway. She wonders aloud whether she should join the Data Processing Club, and Kyo responds, yes. This sudden intimacy isn't going to go well for Kyo's heart. She asks him what his favorite papico flavor is, and he says coffee. She teases him that he is a coffee addict. Kyo is afraid of change, and when the light turns green, he works hard to dispel his impure thoughts. Much to Anna's surprise, she offers him one whole papico. He snaps off the top and gives her the small portion. She laughs and waves goodbye. The teacher lectures the class the next day after candy wrappers were found in the library trash can. He asks Anna if she knows who it could be, but when she denies it, he asks to see her in the teacher's office after class. Fortunately, the teacher was not available that day, so Anna's judgment day was postponed. Kaya was out at a fast food restaurant with his older sister Kana one afternoon that was postponed until next week. Surprise Anna and her friends sit at the table behind them, and he overhears him exchanging glances with her. If Anna is approached outside, he will stand up and order something while waiting in line. She strikes up a conversation and, amused by the fact that he has an older sister, says she'll order some soft drinks. He wonders if she went downstairs just to talk to him, so if he buys some soft drinks if she forgot her wallet upstairs served to give to her, but he lacks the courage to give it to her on the way up. A few days later, Anna dragging Kyo into the tea teacher's office, the teacher begins questioning Anna about the snack wrappers, but Kyo's legal knowledge, which he obtained entirely from Better Call Saul, The Good Wife, and CSY, enables him to maintain Anna's innocence. The teacher is impressed and gives him a hearty slap on the back. Anna thanks him candy, as she cheerfully skips away, suggests that the two talk more like friends during workplace visits. Kyo is looking forward to working with crime investigation or something similar around the corner. But unfortunately for him, Adakshi's class advisor Mita announces that they must form groups of 6 and agree on a site to visit. He formed a group with Kenta and Oda, but they quickly disbanded so that they could join Anna and Horror's groups. Adaki, on the other hand, is widely disliked, so they hold a vote to see who gets in. Kenta is chosen, but Kyo and Anna, realizing Kenta has feelings for Hora, arrange for him to join the other group instead. Later, Kyo hides in the library. Hera approaches Anna and informs her that she's been making romantic progress with Kent. Hera inquires if Anna has had any romantic experiences. Anna draws Horror in to share her romantic experiences, and Keel overhears that she's never had a boyfriend. They stuff each other's hands in their pockets, only to discover they both have snacks inside. While reviewing the photograph, they notice a familiar-looking eye in the background and confront Kale. Hera can tell he has feelings for Anna, but only Anna sees it later. Kyo struggles with his ballooning. He notices that it is raining, which he recognizes as a classic rom-com trope for lovers to bunk. Unfortunately for him, he is wearing a raincoat as he prepares to leave. Anna, who is clearly umbrella-less, commandeers his raincoat so she can buy an umbrella, promising to return the coat later, but realizing she forgot her bag and wallet, he runs out into the street rain to bring it to her. She raises her hands to keep him dry and asks him to retrieve her wallet. In his backpack, Kyo discovers an umbrella that Anna claims is broken. He takes out his wallet and unbuttons it, slipping the raincoat into her shirt pocket, and discovers that the umbrella is in her shirt pocket. He wonders if she genuinely forgot she had won or if she did it on purpose. But when she returns the bag full of snacks, he concludes that she was simply hungry and hands him a chocolate mint popsicle after a brief conversation. Kyo realizes he has romantic feelings for Anna after debating whether she likes chocolate mint or not, so he puts on his jacket and departs. And Anna declares that she too is in love. He must confirm that she actually means chocolate mint. the day for their workplace visit. They go to Akita Publishing, where Mocha claims to know a lot about manga. She reads One Piece Hunter and attacks on them, and they are taken to the upper floors, where Adaki tries unsuccessfully to strike up some small talk with Anna, and he digs his own grave when he says he adores Anna's co-workers' D-cup knockers at the modeling agency. Adaki eventually bonds with Serena and Mocha due to their mutual interest in Crow's worst nightmare. Keo holds back his excitement so he can stay with Anna. She notices him fidgeting and drags him away. Adaki asks if artists use real-life references, and he can look at the original Baki draft himself when they draw erotic artwork, to which she quickly replies no. On the way down, another office worker joins them forcibly. Without a safe place to look, Anna and Keo nearly squeeze together, and he closes his eyes when they reach the ground. He catches Anna in a trance on the 3rd floor, and they remain in the elevator long after everyone else has left on their way home. Anna and Keo discuss manga, and she asks him if he's read the romance manga Kimiru Octave, which he denies. When she and Shihiro laugh at the idea of him reading a rom-com, he goes to the bathroom to express his feelings and air his grievances. But when he returns, he finds out that only Anna is waiting for him. She had failed to inform the others. Others who have followed him run as fast as they can to the train platform, but they can only watch helplessly as the Japanese transportation system operates as planned. Keo is secretly relieved to have some alone time with Anna, but when he sees her crying, he buys her milk tea and accepts responsibility for why she is crying. They were left behind, and he claims he should have told the group where he was going, which Anna finds amusing. Kaya was aware of Anna's presence and her popularity as a model on the train ride home when a stream of passengers arrived. Anna pulls him closer to avoid separation and expresses her delight at Hera and Kenta's romantic progress, but Keo can barely register a word she says. They eventually reunite with Shihiro and the others. Shihiro apologizes for not noticing they were missing, and they reconcile. The next day, Keo recalls his workplace visit, and his sister Kana are amused by him enjoying his school life. He wonders if this is due to his obsession with Anna, but he convinces himself that she and Shihiro are just making fun of him. Anna stops Keo outside their school gate, waiting for no one in particular, and lends in copies of her Kimi Hero Octave, explains that she will be leaving early today and will not be able to give it to Keo later. As he walks back, he asks Anna if she still has business outside the gate. She pretends to excuse herself, but everyone knows she was just waiting for him. Later, she goes to the library to check on him, and notices that, though he claims to prefer reading such things at home, she insists that he read the manga she lent him. It now leads to a moan of physical intimacy, and she excuses herself, but Keo manages to ask her if she'll be at the school tomorrow. She nods and says she'll be at the library tomorrow without fail. Keo wonders how Anne reads manga at home, and after a few pages, crumbs fall out, and he gets his answer the next day. Adaki inquires if he has read it, but he claims that he was distracted by the fact that Keo appears to be friendly with Anna. Asks him if she has a boyfriend now that he likes her. Keo knows she's never had one, but he keeps his mouth shut. He asks Sadaki what he likes about Anna, but most of it is about her appearance or her other personality. For the first time, Keo is repulsed by Adaki's objectification of her. As he walks back into class, he begins to wonder if his feelings for her are genuine as well, and he can't help but steal a glance at her. Adaki gives him a thumbs up later when he and Anna arrive at the library, she disappointed. When she comes across a poster prohibiting snacks, she finds it strange that it appeared out of nowhere, because it's not like anyone who eats in the library is initially perplexed as to why the sign was placed up, so they question the librarian. The librarian discovered the wrapper of a candy lozenge and thought it was appropriate to remind everyone not to eat in the library. Keo wonders if this is the end of his leisure time with Anna inside the library, but she continues to openly eat. That sign won't stop her because she can't read when he sees the librarian. He holds her hand to hide. The librarian simply clears the macadamia chocolate while finally realizing his feelings for her are genuine. Anna, noticing that the chocolate in her hand has melted, asks Keo to leave so she can lick it up. Keo warns her to avoid snacks from now on, and he accepts that his time with her is coming to an end. Anna arrives at the library the next day, claiming to have reduced her snacking by 30% after accepting his feelings for Anna. Keo calls him to do the completely normal thing and Google her after learning that she is a guest star. In a TV show, he rushes downstairs only to discover that it has already ended. The next day, Keo's class practices a routine. During the race, Anna finds herself running behind Keo. She catches up with him, but he speeds ahead out of embarrassment. Anna removes her jersey to speed things up, and when Keo notices that her gym shirt is on backwards, she flips it forward, running and Keo unsure where to look. Anna finally catches a glimpse of Keo's right eye, which is normally closed. He hides it behind his hair in a hurry, and the two of them end up veering off course as a result. As they struggle to catch their breath, Anna reaches out her hand to Keo, who assists her as she runs off to speak with Hera. Keo is left with the sensation of Anna's soft hand after he realizes that he and Anna are dating. Anna inadvertently switches jerseys, and fearing that she will be mocked if caught wearing his jersey, he resolves to fix it. However, things go wrong when Anna unknowingly puts on his jersey, and Adaki volunteers to answer the question on the board to prevent this. Keo vigorously volunteers to answer it, rather while up on the board, he tries to signal Anna about the jersey, but his efforts are futile. He also receives the incorrect answer on the board. Keo's lifespan is drastically reduced each time Anna nearly exposes their jersey by curling up into a ball and dying during lunch. To her credit, she manages to conceal it until the end. Anna gestures for him to accompany her to the nurse's office. She had noticed they had switched jerseys for some time, though Keo can only see Anna returns it after sneaking a sniff of his jersey and pulling Kyo aside, so they can measure each other's heights despite the fact that he is forced to pull a chair. She is approximately 172 centimeters tall, insists on retaking his height, resulting in her accidentally stepping on the scale. She accuses him of seeing her weight, but he denies it the next day, and the class is up in arms about Anna being cast in a movie with Naoki, an artist so well known that even Kyo has heard of him. But despite the excitement of Anna's friends, she does not appear to be as enthusiastic. Maeda, who is overjoyed, announces that they will be swapping seats, and he has them draw lots. Kyo is disappointed. Anna is a seat ahead of him, and he is irritated that Adaki is sitting next to her. But he has another issue with Anna. Adaki tries to get closer to Anna despite being so tall that he can't see the board. They make eye contact, and he has to avert his gaze by pretending to have left his textbook at home, but Kyo searches around Adaki's desk for the allegedly missing textbook. When Hera notices him in distress, she offers to share her notes, which causes Anna to be jealous. In response, Kyo says that during class, Anna is in a particularly bad mood. Anna blushes brightly, and Kyo's brain only catches up a few moments later when Hera returns to inform him. They are the ones with whom she has spoken about their seating arrangement, and he ends up in front with Adaki later as Kyo asks Anna about her upcoming movie role in the library, and she enthusiastically talks about her small part, which he realizes that she was depressed earlier because her friends were preoccupied with Naoki. She eagerly practices her "one in the movie, you're a creep," which gets Kyo excited. When they notice that they're attracting strange stares, they move to a different location. When he learns that the film will be released in about 2 years, he is confronted with the reality that they'll be graduating. So she asks if he'll watch it in the future, and he promises. She walks away without practicing her speech. Kyutaru watches Columbus Geekin, the TV show that evening, that Anna co-stars in, but an entire episode passes without her saying a single line. Kyo is relieved, despite the fact that he knows Anna must be frustrated. When Chihiro is out with the flu, Anna uses her screen time to give Mocha a poor forgery of Naoki's signature. Serena uses Mocha as a substitute lap seat, but when Mocha touches her in an uncomfortable way, she draws a diagram. Adaki nearly erases it on the board so Anna can shade the areas where she is okay with being touched. Chihiro volunteers on his behalf, and he sees no harm in memorizing the diagram for his own reference. Anna boasts that she's recovered completely, and that the parent-teacher conference is just around the corner. Having made some progress in her studies, she brings Chihiro to the library, where Kyo assists her by tutoring her in math. Chihiro compliments him on his work ethic, and mentions that Anna mentions him a lot, which she hopes is true. That Anna hasn't done anything strange to him, and she tells him about how Anna had some whipped cream on her. Chihiro notices Kyo's face, but because she can't wipe it away, she tries wiping it away with more whipped cream. When she notices that he is much more nervous when talking to girls, he appears to be talking normally to her. The dreaded parent-teacher conference day arrives, and Kyo keeps his distance from his mother until the very last second, when he spies her. From around the corner, Anna and her mother, Kyo's mother, introduce themselves to Anna, who replies that she frequently talks to her. To the chagrin of Anna's mother, the two exchange candy. Eventually, Kyo gets through the parent-teacher conference. Without incident, she shares her encounter with Anna on the way back, and Kyo spots Anna walking right behind her. The next day, after Anna teases him about his mother, she asks him to tutor her, but when he refuses, when he notices the librarian nearby, he realizes Anna's candy is out in the open, so he whispers into her ear to conceal it, but she refuses. Her suddenness causes her to stumble back, but Kyo manages to conceal the candy after Anna revises her no-touch rule. Years later, Kyo bikes home in the rain, having forgotten his raincoat, and when Anna sees him, she offers to help. If the plastic on his head does not work, she suggests that they ride home together while she lifts an object. When Kyo arrives, she has an umbrella over her head, but realizes she still has work and they part ways. When he returns home, he discovers that Anna has left behind her plastic bag of snacks. He rushes to the station to find her, and Kyo manages to catch her just before she heads inside, and she thanks him for coming all this way. He falls asleep while scrolling through Anna's Instagram and wakes up with a fever dream about big and small Anise. He doesn't mind missing school because he's drenched in sweat from a fever, and being home alone has its advantages later on. Even though he nearly ignores the doorbells, Hannah pays him a visit in the afternoon and hands him some strawberry Bavarian cream. But Kyo grows a pair and invites her inside for some tea, which even he can't refuse. Kyo prepares some tea and heads upstairs, unable to believe he had the courage to do so. His parents are also not present. He collapses from his fever, however, and Anna discovers him minutes later. She helps him to his bed, and she, in Kyo's delirious state, he believes he is still in a dream and allows his head to fall on Anna. He reawakens later that evening with Cannon kneeling by his bedside, and she gives him the Bavarian cream that Anna left behind, as well as a note wishing him a speedy recovery.